of Burying My Heart at Cooperstown, Frank Russo. Frank, how are you?
I haven't started drinking yet, so don't worry, I'm okay.
That's hard to believe. Game's been over for about 3 hours by now.
Well, let me put it this way. I listened to the post-game show on FAN, and it was like a funeral. It reminded me of my days digging up ball players. So,
don't you feel a little bit silly getting that upset when there's a situation where the Giants just won the Super Bowl last year and they made it back to the playoffs? Obviously, you hate to lose to the Eagles. No one hates losing to Philadelphia more than I do. But, aren't you arguably playing with house money at that point?
You know what? To an extent, but, it's Philadelphia. I even told my wife, you know what? Normally, I always root against the Mets. I'm going to root for the Mets against the Phillies this year. That's how much I'm.
Why would you root against the Mets, Frank? Come on, you have a.
They're my natural enemy in the area. I mean, I've taken a lot of grief from Met fans about my team over the years. So there's that inner city hatred for each other. So I mean, I don't hate the Mets players. One of my favorite all-time players, Mike Piazza. I love the guy. But it's this whole Met-Yankee rivalry thing. So. That's how I look at it. And, also I have extreme dislike for somebody like Steve Summers who constantly tweaks the Yankees. And
Steve Summers is the very finest voice on New York radio today.
Oh, yeah.
Leaving aside how he feels about the Yankees, and, obviously Yankee fans do have trouble taking a joke, but Steve Summers...
Howard, he should go back to San Francisco. He should go back to San Francisco and take.
Did you happen to see the video I posted on the site of a young Steve Summers, Frank?
I've seen it before. I've seen him in a movie, that stupid movie, basketball movie from like the late 1970s.
He was in a movie? I didn't know that.
Yeah. You know what?
Steve Summers' cleverness is only outdone by his good taste, and
it's annoying. Listen, Howard. I understand your whole entire thing here. You love his shtick. I don't like it when Summers gets personal. Like he's made supposedly tongue-in-cheek comments about Yankee players, but you know what? He has no clue what he's talking about. First of all, I don't want to get off the subject here, but I'm just letting you know, I don't like the guy. Last year he made a comment about Sidney Ponson in reference to his drinking problem. And why, saying that, after he gets through with his pitching performance tonight, he'll probably reach for another six-pack. That's what he said on the air. I think that is low. It is beneath low, and I think he should be reprimanded for that. But
now,
you know what?
It doesn't seem fair to you because at least it's the closest that Sidney Ponson will ever get to a six-pack. I mean,
you know what? I think, but you know what, please? I think that Summers gets very personal. I think he gets really stupid. Maybe it's tongue-in-cheek. I don't like it. I really don't like it. I think
you're certainly entitled. He's a very clever guy, and
you can like him. You have a right to like him. I don't really like him.
Likewise.
I think
Frank, I get right about everything.
Frank, I guess
you could be wrong about this. It's fine.
Frank, we could say this: the bias of Summers to Mets is offset more than that by Francesa's Yankees bias. That's fair enough.
But I'm gonna bring this point up to you, okay? I don't want to get away from our main subjects tonight, but what do Met fans want from WFAN? They bitch and moan about Francesa all the time, constantly. Now, the Met fans that listen to the station should realize that 99.9% of the hosts on that station, which is an all-sports talk station, are Met fans. Why don't they just change the call letters to WMET? I'm sorry.
All due respect, Frank, my issue, and I'm certain the issue of a lot of people with Mike Francesa, has nothing to do with that he's a Yankees fan. The problem that I have and so many people have is that he makes things up and is so frequently wrong, and the fact that he is wrong as often as he is only outdistanced by his arrogance and total conviction that he is right.
I understand
whether he roots for the Yankees or the Mets or the Giants, I mean, it's the same thing. Like Chris Russo, the issue wasn't that he was a San Francisco Giants fan. I don't need someone on WFAN to root for the same team that I root for. I need someone to have some basic sense of what is correct and what isn't, and then not go out there.
Okay, Howard, let me explain this to you. I was in radio for 15 years. Okay, I met Mike Francesa just once. He was very nice to me. I'm going to put it like this. I've always liked Francesa pretty much. I used to be a little lukewarm to him, but after 2001, after the 9/11 tragedy, he was one of the few talk show hosts who who did not let Yankee haters come on the air, and I wrote about it in one of my columns, and I'll send you the link if you would like it. He did not allow that pusillanimous pig, Ray from Woodhaven, get on the air and try to pull the same garbage that he did on Beningo's show. And if you don't know what happened, I will give you a little heads up on this. He got on let me finish.
Wait a minute. Does this make up for him being wrong about so much?
But that's not the point. I'm just giving you the reason why I like the guy. I know he's arrogant, and I know look, he was dead wrong about Matsui after the 2002 season when they signed him. He said, "Oh, it's a dog and pony show. This guy's going to be nothing. This is garbage." He was totally wrong, and he never admitted that he was wrong. He never admits that he's wrong, but that's part of his whole shtick. He's arrogant. But I'm just letting you know, in 2001, a couple of weeks after the 9/11 attacks, Ray from Woodhaven got on the air, and he said, and I quote, "Who am I kidding? I hate the Skankies more," in reference to hating the Yankees more than the 9/11 terrorists. And Beningo let him go on the air, say whatever he wanted. Okay, now, Sugar Ray Martel, a Red Sox fan who was the producer, I got on the air and tried to, basically have a little bit of a discussion about this. They cut me off. They would not allow me to get on Beningo's case. The station did not allow me to make any complaints against Beningo for allowing this absolute creep who made comments about the Yankees and and Al Qaeda just not even a month and a half after almost 3,000 people were incinerated. And you want to know what? The reason why I like Mike Francesa is Ray from Woodhaven 2 days later got on the Mike and the Mad Dog program, tried to pull the same garbage, and guess what? Francesa cut him off dead. All right.
You know what I like?
That's why I like him. That's why I like him.
It is so brave for Mike Francesa to come out against the people who perpetrated 9/11 because they're so popular that for him to come out...
We're not talking about him coming... Howard, we're not talking about him coming out against... Look, Howard,
he should come out against Nazis while he's at it because I think that would go over very well.
Howard, you're not listening to me. We're not talking about him coming out against people who are against 9/11. He was coming out against a moron who compared the Yankees with the Taliban or whoever and the 9/11 terrorists, and he came out against a person who actually said that he hated the Yankees more than he hated the 9/11 terrorists. It's stupid, and it's beneath radio. It's classless, Howard.
Come out against someone.
Howard, do you think that it was right for him to do that? Do you think it was right for Ray from Woodhaven to say that?
No, what I'm saying to you is that I'm not remotely impressed by the fact that someone came out against that. It's like coming out against...
You know what? On WFAN, you can get away with anything. I've known people...
But you know what, Frank? All due respect, that doesn't make up for the fact for 15, 20 years of being consistently wrong and
I'm just giving you the reasons why I like the guy. Because you want to know what? If you're a Yankee hater and you come on the air on Francesa's show, you will be stopped dead. You will not be stopped dead if you are a Yankee hater, if you call Tony Page, and I've listened to Tony Page for at least 2 years now. Great guy, I like him, and I'm one of his callers, okay? He's got my book. But you know what? If you're a Yankee hater, you can come on the air and say basically anything you want. I heard a woman come on the air just about 2 days after Corey Lytle died, okay? And she said, maybe this is a sign from God that will show the Yankees that they need to change their ways. What? Are you kidding me? I'm sorry. That's wrong. It's bad radio. I was in radio for 15 years. I did sports talk. I did everything. You know what? Normally a GM would tell the talk show host to say, stop it. Don't allow callers to come on the air. I know people who do on WFAN.
Well, if you didn't have filibustered me. But
I'm not going to filibuster you. I'm just letting you know that I'm tired of WFAN always allowing the Yankee haters to say whatever they want.
God forbid people should be able to get on the air and say what they
can always say, but where do you draw the line, Howard? Where do you draw the line?
When it comes to freedom of speech, I certainly don't draw the line at someone being upset about the New York Yankees or saying negative things about the New York Yankees.
I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about saying ludicrous comments.
Why exactly should people not be allowed to go on the air at WFAN?
Okay, you think that somebody should go on the air and attack somebody the day that they die? And say whatever they want?
Why it shouldn't be allowed.
Why? Because I think there's certain parameters that you should use when it comes to good taste.
Why? If you
passed away, God forbid, and I was doing a talk show, I would not allow somebody to come on the air and say, "Oh, the Howard Mengele, I don't like it."
I appreciate that memory, but